So good morning.
Morning.
Okay, so welcome back. I'm in school now. Hmm? So you are officially entering into the new academic year, right? Plus two. This is a board year. So study very well. Hmm? Don't think home science has a very easy subject. It will affect your marks for your board exam. Okay. So for a 5-mark questions, you have to write at least 10 points. Then only you will score marks. Otherwise, you will lose. Okay. So before that, I just want to ask you certain questions. Do you remember the slide, Meghna?
Yes.
Ah, yes. Okay. What is the minimum legal age to work
Ma'am,
in? Yes, Reina?
I have a doubt. That
Yes.
last question, right? The first question, the last option, Gandhi spelling is not correct.
That's okay. That's my mistake, I think.
Okay.
Ah, for the first question, which of the following is the full form of KGBV? That is Kasturba Gandhi Baliga Vidyalaya. I hope that is clear for you. Then second one, minimum legal age to work in any economic activity in India. What's it, Meghna? What's your answer? Minimum legal age to do work. I'm not asking about the hazardous work, just work.
50.
It's 14 in India, right? 15 in Philippines and all, right, Reina?
I wrote 80.
Huh. Why? Why you wrote 18? So what about this question, Reina? If you write 18 there, what does this question mean? What is the minimum legal age to do hazardous work?
After 18.
After 18. So it's 14 in India. Okay. Minimum legal age to do a normal work, not the hazardous work, a normal kind of work. Then a third question, there is no problem. Then, yes. Sixth one. The substances present in food items that have health benefit. Meghna?
Nutraceutical.
Reina?
Nutraceuticals.
Okay. Thank God. Seventh question. Nutritional care sequence. There are certain steps while doing this nutritional care. Reina, it's your turn. Hmm.
Option D.
Option D. So first you assess, right? Then you plan. Then you diagnose and after you evaluate. Is it right, Meghna?
Yes.
Yes? Uh-huh. So please take your notes. Do you have lecture notes with you? Ah, then please take nutritional care. First one is correct. You assess the patient. That's right. What is the second step?
Diagnose.
So it's option D, right? After B, it's
I
D.
wrote that.
Ah.
Option D.
So that is diagnosing, right? Reina, I'll check your PDF. I think it's right. No. So what is the right option, Meghna? A, B, C, and D?
C.
It's C. Reina? B, D, C, and A. Which means first you assess the problem of a patient, then you diagnose, then you identify what is their problem. Then you need to identify what is their problem, right? So after identifying, you plan according to their disease. You plan the diet according to the disease of that client or that patient. Then you evaluate your complete diet plan. Is it clear? So first assessing, then diagnosing, planning, and evaluating. Reina, I think you are confused with all these A, B, C, and D. right? It's okay. Then 8 is okay. What is this, Reina? Which craft is this? I think it's easy because spelling is already there, right? Channapatna Dolls of Karnataka. Okay, then session B. Each question carry 1 mark.
Ma'am,
Yes.
there is a question now that after surgery, which diet
Hmm.
is it
That we will
modified diet?
discuss. It's 14, right? We will discuss. Okay. So the 11th question, write any 2 career options after MSc, postgraduate in food science and nutrition. So food science and nutrition is a branch of home science, right? So after completing this food science and nutrition, which are the career options? Reina.
Clinical nutritionist and dietitian.
Yeah, clinical nutritionist and
Dietitian.
both are same there. Clinical nutritionist and dietitian, both are same. Hmm. Other than that,
Ma'am, diet counselor.
diet counselor. You can work in a you can work as a diet counselor in schools as well as in hospitals also. Okay, dietitian and what is another term for dietitian, Reina? Clinical nutritionist. Both are same. Okay. So and you can also become a good researcher. That's a career option. Like me, teaching is another career option. You can write that. So please write that in a sentence. Hmm? Teaching, diet counselor, dietitian are the 3 career options after MSc in food science and nutrition. Write like that. Okay. Is it clear? Reina? Write in a sentence, a small sentence. Next question. List any 2 life skills by WHO. Meghna?
Sympathy, self-awareness.
Sympathy, self-awareness, right? Reina, any other answers?
Decision making, empathy.
Yeah, decision making, right? Problem solving. Basically, we have 10 life skills by World Health Organization, right? So your answer is right. Then question number 13. What is an objective of NOAP? What is this NOAP? Meghna.
National Old Age Pension.
Very good. National Old Age Pension Scheme. What is an objective, Reina?
For old people pension.
Okay, so the government provide the pension, the money every month, right? For their health as well as their complete well-being, right? Okay, so write all these questions in a sentence form. Okay, don't write a single word. Clear? Otherwise, you will lose mark. So this is a doubt question, right? 14. Meghna? Which diet is usually prescribed soon after surgery? Reina, do you have any idea for that? We have 3 diets: liquid diet,
Liquid diet.
soft diet, mechanical soft diet. These are the 3 types of diet. Modified diet is right. All these liquid diet, soft diet, all these are modified diet. But the right answer, that is clear liquid diet. Because after the surgery, sometimes our intestine is not function properly. So we need to provide the very light food. That is the reason. Okay. So if you write modified diet, I can only give half mark. Okay. Exact answer, that is liquid diet. Next question. Dash is the ability to change the usual and familiar to the new, novel, and original. Is the screen visible, Meghna? Any issues with the screen? No, right?
No, because my eyes, I don't know,
Fine.
something is.
Okay, fine. No issues. Is it creativity or innovation? I have plenty of answers to this question.
Creativity.
It's creativity. Reina is ready with her answer. That is creativity. Meghna, what happened to you? You
I
wrote
think I confused with innovation and creativity last one.
Okay, Reina, can you help Meghna? What is this creativity and innovation? Just try. What is the main difference? Try. Your answer is right. No.
The ability to change a usual thing, like a thing,
Hmm?
at a new thing. I mean, a usual not a usual thing. It's a new, very new idea.
Okay, that is.
Creativity,
So what is innovation?
new ideas.
Okay, if you put your idea into a market, that is called as innovation. Reina is smiling because she is ready with this creativity, right? I'm very happy for you, Reina, for that question only. Then, session C. What is mean by ergonomics and list the benefits, define diet, and what are two types of diet? There is no problem with this question, but write at least 4 or 5 points for this question. Okay. Write in a paragraph, underline the important terms. Reina, try like that. Huh? Occupational health and write the different types of occupational health. Any doubts in this 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20? Reina, I'm not happy with your session D and E. It's E. Okay. Why? Why, Reina? Why I'm not happy with your answers? The last.
I think I didn't explain much for the
Yeah.
19th answer.
You know the concept correctly, but you have to write. At least you write your own ideas into the paper.
Ma'am,
Okay.
I was just confused for 19th question. Actually, I wrote the the headings, but I was confused whether I should explain or.
You should explain because it's a 3-mark question. Okay. For a
Yeah,
3-mark question,
I wrote two, 3 sentences for that.
but we need a 6 points for a 3-mark question. Okay. At least 6 points. If it is a 5-mark question, 10 points. Okay. At least write 10 points. Okay. Fine. So I will correct your answers. Then rest I will tell you later. So let's move on to the, just a minute. Sana is here. Sana, why you late?
Power was not there, ma'am.
You are in dark, right? I can't see your face. Is the screen visible, Reina? Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
fine. So we will just discuss few practical sessions. Are you ready? But only after completing the theory part, we will do the practicals. Okay. I'll just give an idea about the practicals from the unit 2, that is chapter 2, clinical nutrition and dietetics. Okay. What is clinical nutrition, Sana?
Clinical nutrition is the
Yes.
study of nutrition
For whom?
for whom,
Hmm.
like for
We treat the disease of a patient, right? Or a client by using this food or nutrients. That is clinical nutrition. Okay. Preventing their disease with the help of food. Okay. So in this chapter, your practical, that is, you have to modify a normal diet to a soft diet. What is a normal diet? So normally the food chart that we have, that is a normal diet. Okay, so you need to change that normal diet to a soft diet for an elderly person. Because we all know that during the time of for an elderly person, they have difficulty in chewing, They have problems with their teeth, right? So you need to change the normal diet pattern into another form. That is a soft diet. You already discussed what is soft diet, right? The diet that is very easy to chew as well as to eat or easily digestible. That is soft diet. Okay, so first you need to interview an adult and you need to record their diet. You can choose your own parents. Okay, any one of them. Just interview and record their diet. That is the first step. Then you have to assess whether it is nutritionally balanced. How you assess whether that diet is nutritionally balanced or not, Meghna? Yeah. How you find out that diet is balanced?
After that, I mean, we check the patient's intake of nutrition and
Okay. Um, in +1, we learned about a chart, right? Food groups, food pyramid, right? So on the basis of that, you need to check whether that diet is balanced or not. Fruits and vegetables, cereals, fat, sugar, you need to consider all these points, then assess whether the diet is balanced. Clear, Sana? That is the second task. Is it easy? Serena, is it easy? Yeah, right. Okay. Third one, you have to modify that particular diet into a soft diet. That is the third step. Then you assess again, you assess that diet because you change the diet, right? So you have to assess again that modified diet. Then finally, you need to interact with that person, elderly person. Why? Why we interact with that person finally after changing this diet and all? Anyone? Yeah, I need the answer from Sana. Sorry, Meghna. Yeah, Sana.
like to ask whether the modified
Diet
diet
is okay for them, right?
yes, ma'am.
Some of them are vegetarian, some are non-vegetarian, some have food preferences. So we need to ask all these things, right? That's it. This is the practical from the unit 1. Clear? Sorry, the chapter 2. Okay. So after completing the theory, we will do this practical. Okay. So you can choose any of these 4 points. For example, if Meghna choose an elderly man or woman who has no teeth, you can choose that. Reina, for an example, no teeth and also difficulty in swallowing. Hmm? For example, Sana, you can take does not have molar teeth. So on the basis of these criteria, you need to modify the diet. Hmm? You are going to become a dietitian here. Clear? That's all about the unit. Sorry, chapter 2. Hmm? So are you ready to go on to a new chapter? Chapter 3. Under this unit 2, we have 5 chapters. Hmm? Let's move on to next one. Ready, Sana? Yes, ready. So let's start. So please write down. This year, Chairman sir is very strict regarding your notes. Okay. So you have to submit the notes in every sem in school. So please write the notes rightly. Okay. And please send the lecture notes every day before 7 o'clock. Hmm? This is very strict, not like the last year. So please send your notes before 7 o'clock. Is it okay, Sana, Reina? Is that time okay? Hmm? Once we fix, then we can't change that. Is it okay? Reina? Fine. Yeah. So please write, this is our third chapter, that is public nutrition and health. Public nutrition and health. This chapter comes under the Unit 2, Nutrition and Technology, Public Nutrition and Health. Okay. So what's about our second chapter? It's about clinical nutrition, right? So what is the difference between this clinical nutrition and this public nutrition? Any idea? Meghna, Reena, Sana? There is a big difference between the clinical nutrition and a public nutrition, or a clinical nutritionist or a dietitian with a public nutritionist. Any idea, Sana? Please give me any one point, Sana. Just try. Let it be wrong.
Public nutrition means
Hmm.
maybe everyone, not only patients.
Okay. Good. Reina? Any other views?
About the people and
About
their,
people
and their health.
and their health. Okay. Meghna, what is your idea?
Focusing more on the public nutrition rather than a single person.
That is the right answer. In clinical nutrition, we just focus a single patient, right? Or a single client. We just assess or identify their problem and we solve the problem. That is clinical nutrition. In public nutrition, we give importance to all the individuals in the world. We cover a large scale or a large population. How we can cover a large population? For an example, if I am planning to give an awareness class in Anganwadi for mothers in rural area, so that is a public nutrition program because I'm giving education to them how to improve their nutrition, how to improve their overall health. That is a part of a public nutrition. Is it clear? If you are providing a food or food grains to a community, that's a part of public health nutrition. If you are solving the complete problem of a community, that is public health nutrition. Is it clear? In clinical nutrition, that is just a one-to-one process. Here, in public nutrition, we cover a large population. That is the main difference. Okay, dietitian and public nutritionist. Clear? Okay. I hope the screen is visible, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So the concept of public health refers to the collective action taken by society to protect and promote the health of whole population. In the case of clinical nutrition, we just focus a single patient or a single client. But here in public nutrition, we mainly focus the health of whole population. We consider everyone. Okay, so please write down. That is basically to protect and promote the health of whole population. So don't confuse with clinical nutrition and public nutrition. Both are entirely different. Here we give more importance to the community or to a whole population. Okay. So let's move on to our +1 chapter. What are the two types of nutrition? Anyone can answer.
Micro and macronutrients.
Micro and macronutrients, right? That's just a part. We are broadly classify the nutrition into two. Your answer is right, but it comes under vitamins and minerals. How we classify the nutrition? Yeah. What is nutrition, Meghna? Meghna, please unmute.
Means the amount of food and or the sum of food taken by a person.
It's science of food, right? That is, yeah. So what about nutrients? Sana, I think it's your favorite question. Nutrients.
Nutrients are the small chemical compounds.
Yeah, present in food. Okay. So how you classify this nutrition? I'll give a clue. It is broadly classified into two. Any idea, Meghna, Sana? Let's try. Simple question.
Malnutrition.
Malnutrition is right. So how you divide this malnutrition into two? Sana, what is this? Malnutrition is right. There are two terms in this malnutrition, or you can classify the malnutrition. What is this and this? This and this. Any idea? No idea?
Fat,
Yes?
obese,
Obese. It comes under the overnutrition, right? Undernutrition and overnutrition. I'm teaching you about clinical nutrition and public health nutrition, but you are not aware about what is nutrition and nutrients. Then how you are going to plan a diet for a patient? Huh? It is very difficult to check in Google and then plan a diet. You're going to do that. So basically this nutrition is classified into two. What's it, Sana? Overnutrition and undernutrition. So what is this undernutrition? Reina, undernutrition.
malnutrition,
Malnutrition is a term that include this overnutrition as well as the undernutrition. Malnutrition is not about the undernutrition. Any nutritional problems, we can call it as a malnutrition. Obesity, undernutrition, overweight, underweight, all these are the malnutrition due to malnutrition. Okay. So what is undernutrition, Meghna?
The intake of nutrition is low.
Yeah, that's it. The intake of food or the nutrients is low than the normal amount, that is called as undernutrition. That will leads to different types of health problems. Clear? Different types of micronutrient deficiencies and all. So what about overnutrition, Sana?
The nutrition that they take is more than the
More than the normal or the adequate amount. So that will lead to the condition called as obesity, overweight. Clear? Serena, can you please summarize what are the two types of nutrition?
undernutrition and overnutrition.
Okay. Then what about undernutrition and overnutrition? Please summarize that also.
Undernutrition, lack of sufficient food and nutrients. Overnutrition, over all of food and needs.
Okay. Fine. So let's move on to nutrients. What about nutrients? How you divide nutrients, Reina? What is this? Micronutrients and macronutrients. So which are the macronutrients, Meghna? Macro. Something your body needs in a large amount. That is macronutrients. Which are the macronutrients?
Water.
Thank God. Then only water. You can't live with only water.
Vitamins.
No.
Carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates. Then
Proteins.
proteins. One more. Carbohydrate, proteins, water. One more. Sana? Reina?
fats.
Okay, very good. So what about micronutrients? Reina, micro. Here are some examples for micronutrients. Yeah.
Vitamins, minerals.
Yeah, vitamins and minerals. Is it clear, Meghna? Carbohydrate, proteins, fat, and water, that belongs to a macronutrient, something we need, our body needs in a large amount. This vitamins and minerals, we need in a small amount when we compared with carbohydrate as well as the protein. Clear? So how you divide this vitamins? Please volunteer. Because I'm asking too much of questions. Please volunteer.
Water soluble and fat soluble.
Very good. Water soluble vitamins and fat soluble. So what about that? Sana, what are the fat soluble vitamins? Something that is soluble in fat. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Let it be wrong. You are free to make mistakes. Just try. Just try, Sana. Just list few vitamins and minerals. Just list few vitamins. First, you just list few vitamins. Do you have any idea about vitamins? Huh? Just try.
Vitamin A,
Good. Then, and right.
vitamin C,
C. Then,
vitamin K,
yeah.
vitamin D.
Okay. These all are the vitamins. A, B, C, D, K. Right? So, which are the fat soluble vitamins? Dana, do you have any idea? We have a code for that.
A, D, E, A.
Very good. Very good. Clear? Meghna, Sana? So what about, very good, Reina. So what about the water soluble ones?
Vitamin B complex.
One more. That's very good, Meghna. That's
And
right.
C.
C. B complex and C, which means a number of B, B1, B2, B3, and also C that belongs to water soluble. Clear? Yeah. Then what about minerals? How you divide this minerals? After this, you are going to summarize all these divisions or classifications. Yeah. Please think how you divide the minerals. There are two classifications for that also. Reina, any idea? Yes. Any idea? Sana, Meghna, list some
Potassium,
minerals. Potassium. Okay. Then
magnesium,
magnesium. Then
Calcium.
calcium. You're wasting my time. Meghna, list some minerals. Not you, all of you.
sulfur,
Fiber, right?
sulfur,
Sulfur. Hmm. Something in milk. What is that?
Calcium,
Huh? Something related with your blood. What is that?
iron,
Iron. Right? Very good. So all these are the minerals. So how you classify these minerals? Just like as macro and micro, you classify it into major and trace elements. Major elements and trace elements. What is this major elements and trace elements? Oh God. Major elements. What is trace? What is the word meaning of trace?
Copy.
Oh God. Hmm.
Some.
Ah. Sana?
Only some.
Yeah, only some. Something in a small quantity, we call it as trace elements. Yeah. So required in small amount, that is called as trace elements. So just guess which are the trace elements. I will give a clue, both starting with the letter I. Meghna, it's your turn.
Iron.
One more. One more, starting with I. Think related with think with a salt.
Iodine.
Iodine. Okay. Iron and iodine, both starting with the letter I, that is trace element. Clear? So what about major elements? Just list some major elements. Sana, it's your turn. Rena's very active today. She's giving so many of answers. So many answers. So Sana, it's your turn.
Calcium.
Calcium. Then
Sulfur.
okay. Sodium, calcium, all these are the elements that we need in a larger amount. Clear? So that's all about the classification. I'll just summarize once again. The nutrition is broadly classified into two, right? That is undernutrition and overnutrition. Undernutrition means body receive less amount of nutrients. If your body receive excess amount of nutrients, that is called as overnutrition. Clear? Yeah. The nutrients are classified into two, macronutrients and micronutrients. Micronutrients are vitamins. Micronutrients.
Minerals.
Okay. Macronutrients, that is carbohydrate, protein, fat, and water. Clear? Then we classify the vitamins into two, water-soluble vitamins and fat-soluble vitamins. A, D, E, and K belongs to fat-soluble. B complex and C belongs to water-soluble. Clear? Then minerals, we again classify the minerals into two, trace elements and major elements. Trace elements required in small amount, major elements that is required in larger amount. Clear? Trace elements like iron, iodine, all these are trace elements, sodium, calcium that we need in a larger amount, that is called as major elements. Is it clear? Is the screen visible? Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
fine. Thank you. So nutrition is broadly divided into two, undernutrition and overnutrition. Someone with very low weight, someone with overweight. Underweight and overnutrition all belongs to the malnutrition category. Okay, so let's discuss. What do you think? Why we are learning this chapter? What is the importance of this chapter? Public nutrition and health. Sana, give any one point. Why we are learning this chapter? What is the importance of learning this chapter in this current scenario?
To promote the health.
To promote the health. Very good, Reena.
To promote the betterment of the
To promote the betterment of the
health in the society and community.
society and community. It's a nice sentence. Okay, Meghna. Then,
To know more about the public health and nutrition.
yeah, to know more about public health and nutrition. Yeah, good. So I'll explain certain significance why we are learning this chapter. Okay. In this time, majority of our children, which means 50% of children's death is basically due to malnutrition. How serious is it, right? It's very serious, right? If you are taking 100 death, the 50% of child death, that is basically due to malnutrition. That is the one reason we are learning this chapter. Then low birth weight. If you are considering 3 children, one of them is born with LBW. That is low birth weight. Children born less than 2.5 kg, we can consider them as a low birth weight babies. That is another reason why we are learning this chapter. Okay. Then when we consider the, or if we are taking the children from Anganwadis and all, majority of the children suffer any kind of micronutrient deficiencies. It can be mild or moderate, not the severe one, but most of them have these kind of deficiency. That is also another serious issue, because this micronutrient deficiency will leads to, other than this health problems, it will leads to some mental issues, cognitive issues, your memory problems and all, right? We already learned that in our last year. Yeah. So that is a serious issue. So these are the certain importance of public health nutrition. Why we are learning this chapter? Due to low birth weight, we need to avoid that. Malnutrition, we need to eradicate malnutrition from our society. So we need particular awareness. We need an awareness of this topic. Then only we can solve this problem from our community. For an example, if you are a public nutritionist, you need to identify a particular problem and you need to solve completely, reduce that problem. Clear? So that is another point why we are learning the subject. Okay. So what about this undernutrition and overnutrition in this time, Reina, in 2021? Which is more, undernutrition or overnutrition? In earlier time in India, we suffer more with this undernutrition, with low birth weight and all. But in this time, the research shows that there are lots of person who are suffering from obesity. Why? Due to this junk foods, fast foods, ready to eat foods, they depend more on that kind of foods without no exercise, a sedentary lifestyle. That is another reason. That is sedentary lifestyle. Huh? Sedentary lifestyle. Any idea? Are you sleeping there, Meghna, Sana and Reena? Sedentary lifestyle. Any idea? Reena? No? Okay, fine. Just catch your answer from this slide. Not a sedentary lifestyle.
Not a productive lifestyle.
Yeah, not a productive lifestyle. With more lying, that's right, Meghna. With more lying, more sitting, with no exercise. If you are sitting for a long period without any movement, if you are eating lots of food with no exercise or no physical movement, that is called a sedentary lifestyle. That also leads to this nutritional problems, right? Obesity, isn't it? So that's another factor why we are learning this public nutrition. Clear? Yeah. So please write. I'll give some points. Take your notes and please write. Public health nutrition. Public health nutrition. Just write a point. It prevents the nutrition related illness. It prevents the nutrition related illness. It prevents nutrition related illness by promoting good health. By promoting good health. So that is the duty of public nutritionist, to promote good health for everyone, for the world population, by preventing the nutrition related diseases. I hope it's clear what is public health nutrition as well as public nutritionist. Public nutritionist means someone who is expert in this field to solve the problems of the population. problems like the nutrition problems. Clear? Yeah. So please write significance as a heading, significance. Write down, Reina, otherwise it's going to be difficult to complete your notes. Significance. Just write malnutrition. Malnutrition. Bracket 50%. Just write that. It's a key point, which means 50% of the death of children, which means below 0 to 5 years or between the 0 to 5 years of age, the children death, the 50% of death is due to malnutrition. Basically, it's due to undernutrition or yes.
Ma'am, can you just repeat, please? The significance.
Which one, Reina?
Just
Significant.
significant. Yeah.
Ah. Just write malnutrition. Bracket 50%. Just write that. So which means that 50% of death in children, children means below 6 years, is basically due to malnutrition, due to low birth weight. Okay, that is another point, low birth weight. 1 in 3 children suffer with this low birth weight. Other point, right? Low birth weight or LBW. LBW means low birth weight. 1 in 3. That's another significance or importance. Next point, moderate or mild undernutrition. Mild and moderate undernutrition. For example, if you are taking the children in Anganwadis, this mild and moderate nutrition, undernutrition is very common. So we need to solve that. That is another reason. Then micronutrient deficiency. Just write these 4 points. Micronutrient deficiency. Okay. You can also include sedentary lifestyle. Sedentary lifestyle. What is sedentary lifestyle, Meghna? I hope it's clear.
Yes.
No. What is sedentary lifestyle?
Eating the lots of food and sitting for a long time without doing any exercise.
Okay. Sitting a long time, lying down for a long time without no exercise, no physical activity. That is called as sedentary lifestyle. Sorry. So this is your chapter 3. I'll just show you a textbook. I hope the screen is visible, right, Raina? Yeah. So now we discussed about the significance. Okay. These 3 points. Yes. Raina?
Can't see, only just I think so. You're just selecting from that folder.
Yeah, it's almost time. Next class I will show you. Okay. So thank you. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.